Hey guys, what's up? So I've been totally meaning to give you guys a update on my prep. I'm sitting 4 weeks out as of Friday. Today's Sunday. And yeah, I just kind of wanted to tell everybody what I've been going through, because I've been going through a lot and it's completely different from my last prep. I feel like I either don't feel like recording, or I'm super busy, or I push it off. So I'm just gonna do this vlog on the drive home. So bear with me. All right. So the past 3 weeks, if you've been following me, if you've been following my updates and stuff, you know that my belly was swelling up with water for a good probably 3 weeks. And at first I didn't, it was totally fine, because I did some research on it, and it turned out to be really common, especially in women. It's called the whoosh effect, where, your body's, when you're trying to lose body fat, your body wants to fight harder and harder once you're kind of going below your body fat set point, which is the point where your body's just not really comfortable with losing that body fat. We all have a certain set point, and when you try to push beyond that, you kind of throw your body out of like a homeostasis, and it just wants to fight hard to not let go of the body fat. It just likes to stay at a certain level. And so one of the factors that results from that is that when you're depleting your fat cells, but as a defense mechanism, your fat cells end up holding on to water to try to hang on to that body weight, and it'll result in just a lot of water retention and squishy fat that you can, it just was super jiggly and loose and just felt really weird. And one way to get that to flush out is by having at least for me, was a high carb meal, like a refeed meal. And for a good 2 weeks, that refeed meal worked. So I would have a really high carb meal, something either cereal, a ton of cereal, or white chicken, teriyaki and rice, or granola, something like that. And the next day I would actually be lighter than the previous day, and I would look a lot tighter as well. And so, I was okay with that, because, I was like, heck yeah, eat the good shit and I lose weight and I look better. That sounds awesome. Even though during the week it was kind of challenging to go through the whole squishy fat phase, but whatever, it did, as long as it was coming off, I didn't really care. So last week, was it last week? I think it was last week. No, it was the week before last. And so I don't know, maybe this has been happening for 4 weeks now, I'm not sure. Okay, but the week before last, things got kind of out of control. My body swelled up with water again, which was normal. I expected that. I had 2 refeed meals, I believe, 2 or 3 refeed meals. So I'm starting to increase my refeed meals. The next day, I woke up and I was swollen everywhere. My eyes were puffy. My face was super round. I was holding water just everywhere. And it was more than just squishy fat. It was just different. And turns out I'm basically not surprised, but I'm basically training my body past, I'm overtraining, and that's resulting in really high cortisol levels, and that is causing me to hold on to water. I'm still losing body fat, but it's hidden through all the water retention, so it's just not good mentally, physically, and it was an eye-opener, because all the signs that I was experiencing are pretty serious signs, and could actually lead to a stroke from stress. And, you know, if anyone's going to overdo it, it's me. I have no sense of when enough is enough. Like, well, to me, my sense of enough is enough is overtraining to somebody else. Because I'm just afraid that I don't want to step on stage and think that I didn't do enough. I want to know that I gave it everything I had, that, you know, nobody could have outworked me. You know, I tend to think more is better, even though I know more is not better, but goddamn, there's got to be a point, you know? Like, I don't know. It's just a really hard balance for me. And I had to go through the downside of that. So anyways, what happened, you know, I showed my coach. He's like, yep, you're basically overtraining. You're putting way too much stress on your body. It's causing all sorts of inflammation, swelling, blah, blah, blah. He told me, he prescribed 3 days off. I freaked out. I was like, 3 days off? Are you freaking kidding me? Like, it was hard. Every day I pretty much cried because I felt like shit that I wasn't training. But anyways, 3 days did my body good. The water came off, and I felt good, ready to train, you know, motivated again. So last week, that's when I took the 3 days off. And last week was a good training week. It's just I have to basically monitor how much stress I'm putting on my body. And then I also added another supplement. I've actually added 2 supplements. One is called Adrenal, and the other one is called Cortisol. Both are supposed to help me with the stress. Physical stress, not emotional stress, just the stress that I put on my body. And I'm just, that should help, basically. Also, another thing that I don't think was in my favor is I've gotten into the Walden Farms calorie-free sauces and like seasonings and shit. Yeah. I would not do that if I were you. I got hooked. I'm still hooked on it, but I'm on my last bottle of the Walden Farms pancake syrup. I just put it in my tea because it tastes really good right now, but earlier I was putting it on everything and also eating it by the spoonful because it tasted so goddamn good. And I think that's another reason, like I think because I'm doing basically a carb cycling diet, my leptin levels get increased when I do my refeed meals, and the next couple days after my refeed meal, I'm hungry as shit. I have all sorts of cravings, so it's like I just my metabolism goes up and then it crashes, and then it goes up again when I refeed, and then it crashes throughout the week because that's when I'm on my low carb days, so my metabolism slows down. But anyway, so temptations have been really tough. It's been hard to control myself, and especially with this Walden Farm stuff. And because of what's in it, there's like xanthan gum in there, and it was making me bloat, gassy, hold water. So that was not helping during that whole stress and shit. So I've taken most of that out besides that syrup stuff, and I'm on my last bottle. I'm almost out of it, and I'm not going to buy any more. Better not buy any more. And it's super expensive, so don't get into it, guys. Like, I just don't recommend it. Stick with seasonings, salt, stuff like that. So that was last week. This past Saturday, I've increased my carb intake again, so now I'm doing a full refeed day, which is awesome. I'm like super full all day long. It feels great eating a ton of carbs, 3 or 4 times more than what I usually eat on a normal day. The only downside is the next few days I get really big cravings because I'm my leptin levels are increased, my metabolism is increased. Popo, so I gotta fake the seatbelt thing. I'm really bad about that. I get that from my dad. Anyways, so yeah, that was this past Saturday. Had a full refeed day. I actually dropped like 1.5 pounds after having a full refeed day. Like, I was so full all day long. It was awesome. I don't know how it happens, but it was so great to wake up in the morning, weigh myself, and I was down almost 2 pounds. Like, freaking awesome. And now I'm back just to my normal routine, normal training days, kind of low carb, you know, moderate fat and high protein. So I'm not sitting where I want to be as far as conditioning goes. Being 4 weeks out, I feel like I looked better last prep, but things are completely different this prep compared to last. Like, I'm getting less food. I'm doing carb cycling, whereas the last prep, it was pretty much like very like the same thing throughout the week, every week. There wasn't any variability. There wasn't any carb cycling. So, and plus, you know, your first prep is usually going to be the easiest prep. You know, your body's going to respond the quickest, the best, from what I hear. And so this one's just different, you know. So, but I'm trying to push through it, man. It's definitely feeling like the last 4 weeks. Energy is low. You know, I'm holding on to strength, but intensity's lower. You know, it's easy to kind of give up. It's hard to get that extra push to hang on, because I just feel like I don't have much in me. Of course, taking pre-workout helps, but I don't want to take it every day because I don't want to get immune to it. Sleep has been great, which has been awesome. I'm really fortunate about that. But temptations have been bad. I'll tell you that. Temptations have been bad. But I think that's because I'm eating less and I'm doing more cardio than last prep. So I feel like, you know, that's just putting me in such a deficit that I'm just craving food all the time, you know, and it's harder to hold off. So anyways, that's where I'm sitting. Yeah, so the show is on. I'm supposed to be going. I can only hope and, you know, put my best foot forward and continue to grind out every single day. And just hope for the best, you know, come show day. It's been really helpful to do CrossFit just because it's nice to have the community as far as like, you know, helping me get my second cardio session in. Because I'll do fasted cardio in the morning, which I hate because I love to eat first thing in the morning. And then later on in the day, I'll do a CrossFit class. So that's been great, even though like because it's the last thing I want to do is another like cardio session. So it's nice to go to a class, just be told what to do. 3, 2, 1, go. You just do it. I don't really care how I place or anything. I'm just there to really burn calories. It's weird to say. So yeah, that's about it. Okay. So sorry about, you know, taking so long to get back, on the update thing, but, it's really interesting. I actually want to, if you get a chance, look up the whoosh effect, or if you've ever gone through it, it's pretty interesting, and it's really common. So, you know, weight loss and body fat loss is not a linear thing, and this is one thing that could be stalling your weight loss. Is not the fact that you're not losing body fat, but that your body's holding on to water, and all you need is you know, kind of a reset of the metabolism by doing a high carb day or high refeed day. So anyways, that's that. We're gonna keep pushing through this week, and then I'll give you guys another update once it's Friday. We'll be 3 weeks out, and I'll give you guys another update then. All right, thanks for watching.